Anyway, come on, Roger. What's your beef with Rwanda?
Well, they are money stories. I mean, our money is being spent on these projects, which are questionable. I mean,
hang on,
the news.
Hang on. That's being generous. Calling the Rwanda project questionable. It's like the biggest throwing out of money since throwing out of money was invented.
Absolutely. The news last night, there were pictures of these migrants on the French coastline beating the brains out of the French police to get on this boat where unfortunately 5 or 7 people died. And they were interviewed about, you realize you could be sent to Rwanda? And their answer was yes. So,
okay,
you know, it's no deterrent at all.
Okay, well, so our money's being thrown out on that. It is, however, being spent on the war in Ukraine. Rishi Sunak committing more funds there. The Americans, in particular, committing a whole load more money to deal with the Ukraine issue. That's basically Europe's war against Russia, though, isn't it?
It's Europe's war against Russia and Putin's designs, as we suspect, on extending further beyond simply the Russian portions of Ukraine. And, you know, I don't know. These big questions, it's hard to know the answers to. All I wanted to do was comment on the fact that I have spoken to some Russians who are pretty close to the situation, I have to say, and pretty powerful people. And what they said is that it's interesting that it's too late for money and arms now, that it's not, we're just throwing it away, because their view is that, and these are not necessarily Putin's supporters, from what I can tell, that you know, Zelensky is not going to win this war. And
yes, he is. Yes. Keep the funding going. Can't allow Russia just to move in. Meanwhile, just a quick word on the energy price cap, because that's gone down on April the 1st, go down again in July. This is a classic, you know, it's a ridiculous policy brought in by or designed by Ed Miliband. The Conservatives nicked it, and it's a disaster, isn't it?
Well, it's what you were just talking about. I mean, it's absurd. The price of energy is double what it was before this brilliant price cap. And, of course, the biggest problem, which no government in decades has ever attacked, is that we price our electricity, which is 2/3 of our home energy bill, we price that off the international gas market.
Well,
price.
Exactly, as Ken from Kent keeps going on about. John Penrose, the architect of that disaster. Dr. Roger, we will have more time from next week, but for now, thank you very much indeed. That's Dr. Roger Givol, CEO of Fair Money.